So the connective tissue report and collagen and EDS is up on the website. You just go to CaitlinHubbardPhD.com. It'll be right there. So I have vampire EDS. I've done videos on this. And I've learned, I'm 41 years old. I've learned for a long time on how to support my connective tissue so I can reap the benefits without like dislocating joints every 2 seconds or being in immense pain because this comes with like a decent amount of pain. So I put all of my knowledge into this report about what's worked for me. I've developed like a symptom questionnaire checklist to where it'll kind of like match your symptoms to these different sections, and it screens your genetics. Let me tell you about the sections, and then I'll tell you about what I did special with the genetics for this section. So the first section is all about collagen. This is a section for kind of like EDS people, although EDS can mix among a bunch of the different sections. So you'll probably pop on this section with your symptom and your genetic question if your skin is like more fragile, if it's slow to heal, if it gets loose, which a lot of that is just like lymphatic fluid that you can like drain with like gui sha and stuff. As long as it has the nutrients that it needs to repair itself, we go through collagen like crazy. There's a whole section on like symptoms that this pathway may be a problem, right? Symptoms linked to this pathway that you said yes to, and then the other symptoms you didn't say yes to. Key nutrients, like what do you need extra of? What's going to steal those nutrients from you? So if you maybe like drink a lot of alcohol, it's going to steal a lot of those. Too much supplemental zinc is going to steal copper, so we need to make sure that we're not like high dosing on that. It's going to have a lot of movement and lifestyle tips for this entire report. Just because like how we move and how we stand and how we rest is super important. The next section is the elastic fibers and the glycoprotein matrix. These are all pathway based because I like to map everything back to like the root biochemical pathway because that's how you actually heal things. And this is kind of what you think it is. It's like the stretch. So like when your skin is like really stretchy, this is kind of what's going on. It's also can be found in like Marfan's disease. It also co-presents with the EDS. I made you like a little pathway map. Isn't it cute? It overlays your genetic mutations with the little dots and like the filling with your symptoms, which is like the bars on the side. So you can kind of like visually look to see where the problem is. That's on, these pathway maps are on most of my reports that have like interconnected pathways. From there, we go to the same like symptoms of this pathway, symptoms that you said yes to, and the other symptoms on the questionnaire you didn't say yes to, the key nutrient thieves, movement and lifestyle tips, and then your genetic results. The next section is for the glycan. So this is like a specific subtype of EDS. But it also drew you a pretty map and color-coded it for you. Again, the same exact things. All the pathways have them. And they're specific to the pathways, so you'll know, like, it's not just like generic advice. When you do pop for a gene mutation, it'll tell you kind of like if there's something specific for that gene that's not included in the standard recommendation. So that'll be kind of like down here. It'll also tell you like your DNA status. Does your DNA look good or not? And then your symptoms, so how is that matching up? Sometimes you can have gene mutations and they're not expressing. Sometimes it's expressing and you don't have the gene mutations, which either just means that they weren't like in your raw data file, or something from the environment is like pressing on that to cause dysfunction in this pathway. So the next issue is about fibrosis, immune regulation, and like your blood vessel wall integrity. This does a lot with like scar tissue formation, like aneurysms, poor healing, thrombosis, stuff like that. Also made you a pathway map so it's easier to see, and then just the same stuff that's provided for the other pathways. Not the same like things on it, but the same sections. And again, you'll see your gene readouts. I included bone and mineral interfaces because the bones are super important, obviously, and your mineral metabolism is really important. It's got the same genes, same pathway map, same sections below. And then you have your results at a glance. So it's going to tell you within these sections, these are the genes, these are the ones that match up. Just that way you have like a reference page. The reviews for this one and the sleep one kind of made me tear up a little bit last night because people are saying that they're really easy to understand and that they're really helpful and that they've tried some of these before and they really work. And that the lifestyle tips are like already helping. I had some lady messaged me earlier today and said that she slept how I told her to sleep according to this last night, and it was like the best sleep she had gotten in like 5 years, which Like, that's why I do this. So I'm really excited. This one is up, just CaitlinHubbardPhD.com.